Hi, this is Kate Northrup, author of Money, A Love Story, and I'm here with my dear friend, transformational coach, and licensed psychotherapist. She's kind of like a psychological ninja, Terri. And she has worked her magic on me a time or two, and I'm really grateful that you're here sharing your money love story as part of this baby's birth.
So excited.
So I want to know, first and foremost, what did you learn, witness, or experience around money growing up?
Oh, God. How much time is this thing going to be? I would say my family, we didn't talk about money. It was a very waspy type of family. Mm-hmm. So, of course, all the bills were paid on time and everything was fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't really learn anything about money. There was an imbalance in power in the family system around money. So my father made the money, so he got to make all the decisions.
Okay.
So that made me go, okay, I want to be the one who makes all the decisions, so I'm going to make sure that I make all the money. Not all the money. Now, I'm partnered with someone who also makes his own money, but more about that imbalance had a huge impact on my relationship to money.
And then how did that play out as you got into your career, out on your own in your 20s, 30s?
I have to say, money, there was a real conflict around dating with money. So it was
really?
like,
Interesting. Well, how did that show up?
Well, I was always very successful. So even at a young age, and yet in my mind, right, so the downloaded blueprint I had in my mind about money was, even though the healthy part of my mind wanted to make money, didn't want it to dominate the way that I related romantically with someone. Yeah. But I found myself a lot before I ended up with my husband with men who either under-earned massively or who were very threatened by the fact that I was financially independent. And so I would be downplaying my financial independence and then finding a way to screw it up, finding a way to not actually take care of it. So in my mind, I could be in the position to be romantically partnered, even though that sounds so crazy. But do you understand what I'm saying?
It's a really common thing, actually. It's a really common thing, that feeling of, if I have done really well, I won't be loved. Right? Was it like that at all? Or I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, I mean, it was. No, it actually was. Because the way that my father loved us, in a way, was with money. So he couldn't emotionally show up. He didn't have the language for any of that, but he paid for college and made sure we had what we needed and paid for the dentist if you needed it. Yeah. So suddenly it was like, if I wasn't going to relate in that way,
what is there?
Well, then is it love, right? Is it love? And it had to be deconstructed and reconstructed.
And then, so how did you go about reconstructing that? About when did you become aware of that? And I know you have a really great relationship with your husband now, so obviously you kind of like figured that one out.
Well, you know what? Honestly, we had a great relationship way before we figured it out. So I figured out being with someone who was themselves successful and financially doing well, but he had his own dysfunctional relationship to money, as we all do, because what most people don't realize, and what you do realize, and why I love the work that you do so much, and why I love the book so much, is that you realize that money isn't just money. And that it is such, as a licensed psychotherapist for all of these years, it is such a loaded topic. I don't care who you are. I don't care what socioeconomic class you come from. Money means more than money.
Always.
You break it down in this way that, and I'm going to go back to your question, because the truth is, a year and a half ago when I saw you speak, or 2 years ago when I saw you speak, that talk actually profoundly impacted my money story, honestly. I'd worked on it for many years, of course. I'm a psychotherapist. Clearly, I've had, a billion years of therapy. But nobody had ever really said it or done it in a way that opened up my mind to this very simple way that I could be relating differently to money. And so there was a few things that you talked about, which obviously are in the book, but I first heard them in that talk, about changing your relationship to money, and about money really just being a value. I remember I told you a story about I was wanting to save money to launch this thing or whatever it was, and I was saying that my husband and I were saying we can't drink raw drinks anymore because they're too expensive.
Right.
And I was saying we got addicted to raw drinks, and you were like, but Terri, you actually probably can. Do you really value this part of this ritual together with Vic? And I said, I do. And you were like, okay, you actually can.
So do that.
You can do that. And suddenly I was like, oh my God, it's Figuring out your money is not about deprivation.
Exactly.
It's about choices. But that was really profound, that as much as, because you do it for a living, you're like, well, duh. When you don't,
right,
that changed everything.
Right.
And then having the bill folder on the laptop for, stuff already gotten. I don't say it right, but you know
Invoices what I mean. Invoices for blessings already received.
Invoices for blessings already received.
The bill folder for stuff I already got.
Stuff I already got, like the electricity.
Invoices for blessings already received.
But that also changed my feeling about it.
Yeah.
So I started changing it a long time ago, knowing I didn't want to be loved with money or love with money. So I had all that. But I found what you're doing with the book and the truth of being a therapist for 15 years, New York, LA, internationally, is that women in particular, what you're saying in this book is so true. And I love the call to action, that it's so time for us to get it together around money and be truly empowered. Yeah. And how I see that after I absolutely loved the book to death. Thank you for the pre-order of it. Is that it's all about choices and that becoming really masterful around your money. And how I see it as a therapist is what you're saying is unpacking what is charged for you about money around everything, not just around love, around love, around your career, around everything. When you actually can get rid of that charge because you realize it really can be only money.
Yeah.
You don't have
to. It can be neutral.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the idea, to get it to that place where it is neutral and it's really a stand-in for what we value, and so it's just a tool.
Right.
Right. It doesn't have to rule us. We don't have to be scared of it, all that stuff.
Right, but the fact that all of that is in, I just was truly encouraged, and I can't wait to share it with my audience, this process of unpacking this, because so many of my clients have not done this work, even though we've talked about it, but they haven't really. This is a very specific, like if you want to quickly get your PhD in like your emotional connection to money and how to fix it and become empowered and abundant, that's what I feel like this book does. So I'm so excited for you. But psychotherapeutically, it's so sound. And you're not even a therapist. It's very impressive.
I haven't even had that much therapy. Just a little.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that after this.
Maybe we'll talk. Thank you so much for coming on the video and sharing your story. And that piece about money and men and dating and love is actually something that has not yet come up in the interviews. So I'm really happy that you brought that to the table. Thank you for your kind words about the book. I really appreciate it. If you want to find more about Terri's wisdom and her psychological ninja style, you can go to terricole.com, and she does these really awesome tune-up tips that come out on Monday, short and sweet little things you can do. Sometimes they're meditations, which I do Monday mornings at my desk. It's really awesome.
Right on.
And if you want to hear more money love stories and buy this book, go to moneyalovestory.com, and from there you'll be able to access the bonus for buying the book, which is a course called A Course in Having Enough that I'm co-teaching with Barbara Stanny, Amanda Steinberg, founder of dailyworth.com, and Marianne Williamson. So it's going to be an amazing class. You get it for free when you buy the book, moneyalovestory.com.
Woo!
Thank you, Terri. I so appreciate it. Thank you.